Hello, amazing traders, and welcome to my YouTube channel once again. And my name is Seunforex. And in this video, I'll be doing complete basic price action breakdown on GBP JPY and what has been happening in market so far for the past few weeks. Without wasting much of our time, let's quickly go into this analysis. Right now, this is GBP JPY in weekly time frame, and the major reason why I switched to weekly time frame is for us to understand what market has been doing, because throughout last week, market was consolidating. You can see that in this, each candle represents weekly candle. So which means that for the throughout last week, throughout 2 weeks ago, this was indecision. And this is new week now. Throughout last week, market was buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling. And as a result of that consolidation, markets do not move the way we expect. And based on my previous analysis, I told you guys that until that, if market do not break that previous resistance turning into support, there's no way market can. Until market break that resistance level and turn it to support, that is the only way that can show us that market is actually moving forward. So right now, market has throughout last week, this was from the psychology of candlestick, that indecisions. What does it mean? When market reaches key level, then because of this supply level, market had to push down, and as a result of that, throughout last week, it was pure indecision. That is, both the buyer and the sellers were in the market trying as much as possible, but the seller failed here. You can see it's exactly what happened here too. So they failed, and because they failed, from psychology of candlestick alone, from that data, there is high probability that throughout this coming week, market is going to buy extensively. So which means that there is high probability that this week, market will break this resistance level and turn it to support. What it simply means is that throughout going to next month. But before you take your decision, you have to be extremely patient. One of the favorite quote of John Maynard Keynes says that market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. What does it mean? It means that market can outlast anybody. No matter how skillful you are, market can decide to be in this consolidation for the next 1 year and nothing will happen. Market can remain what? It can remain this indecision, this sideway market for the next 1 year and nothing will happen. That is what John Maynard Keynes said, that market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. And that is why proper risk management and patience are the characteristics of being a profitable trader, not just buying and selling on impulse. Because when you are patient enough as a trader and eventually market now shows up that it's ready, it is going to be an advantage. It's going to be an advantage. So from this scenario alone now, we all know that if market can break this resistance level, now market has two choices. If market break this support level, turn it to resistance, probability that market is coming here. If market can break this support level, turn it to resistance by coming to this key level, then that's all. As long as market stay in this key zone, that is, it means that there is high probability that market will eventually buy. And if market buy, that will be continuous analysis of the buying side. So without wasting much time, I already know that, okay, based on this analysis, without clicking buy and sell, with just zooming out to weekly and daily time frame, I know that market is in consolidation right away. The one in charge of the market, both the buyer and the seller, none of them are in charge of the market now. Both of them are in charge of the market. And if both of them are in charge of the market right now, the best thing to do is to what? Zoom out, leave the trade alone and be patient, be watching. So imagine leaving this market and market now break out of this key level and retest. That will be extraordinary setup, because that kind of movement will be serious. How many pips is this? This will be 1,000 pips. 1,000 pips. Just from here to here. So which means that you can enter market once or twice and be in that market for 1 month. Because, okay, for example, this is April 14, 2025, and this is 18th of July 2025. So which means that whoever entered this market here to this key level, they actually made a lot of. But even if your psychology cannot pick 3 months or 4 months, but at least when you have the large conception, large nuance of where market is going, because market are fractal in nature. As market is doing consolidation, and if you go to 5 minutes, you'll be seeing buying and selling. But those buying and selling will be full of manipulations, because there's no consistent direction pattern. So this is daily time frame, and this is what market is doing now. So for buying side, if market can weather this level of consolidation, break this key level and retest, then we all know that market is coming to this key level. So if you go to 4-hour time frame, now this is the same thing in 4-hour time frame, because now there is another thing I want to call your attention to. From this thing alone now, there is another chart pattern that has formed, and let me plot out the key level so you can understand that chart pattern. The chart pattern I'm talking about now, this is the chart pattern. This chart chart pattern I can call is called symmetric chart pattern. Yes, symmetric chart pattern, because market touch it twice here and also here. So which means that based on this chart pattern of two symmetric triangle now, there you can see that there was a contraction here. Contraction, 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 contraction. And if market break out of this key level, this resistance turning to support, now if market can break out of this key level and support it as I drew it now, there's high probability that market is at least coming here, then bounce back to this place and move up. So with this just simple analysis without wasting much of our time, I already know what I'm expecting in the market, whether to wait for it or be patient, because it's better to be patient and you enter the right market and you're able to pick 300 pips, 400 pips and you leave again, than go to 5-minute time frame and be picking 2 minute, 1 minute candle that your emotion will be high, your mind will not be at peace, and at the end of the thing and at the end of every week you have take 30 trades and you're not profitable yet. The goal of a trader is to find every way possible to be a profitable trader, because if you can find your way to be a profitable trader, that is the best thing that can ever happen to any aspired trader. The ability to know what market is doing part time and respond to it amicably. You are not reacting, you are responding to the market space. And if you are responding to the market space, your emotions must be on point, your psychology must be settled. If you are under stress, you must not analyze the market. If you are under stress, trading is not for you. Go well until you find yourself at the right mental state thinking. You do not, because any mistake you make, your money is on the line, your emotion is on the line, your self-worth is on the line, your self-concept of failure and success is on everything, because you are not just losing money, you are losing your mind. Applied effort, then I see result. But in trading, you can do everything right and still get it all wrong. And if that is the concept of trading, you need to have different mindset entirely. And that is why a lot of traders, a lot of newbies, that when they come into the market space, they are engineers, they are bankers, they are lawyers, they are scientists, but trading will beat them to stupor, because the trading space, the psychology that make us be a profitable trader is different from all other systems. You have to unlearn a lot of things and relearn it back. So to not waste of our time, this coming week I'm expecting this GJ to buy, but until market leave this shit, leave this consolidation soon, the best thing is to be patient and do nothing. And that is all I have for you guys for GBP JPY. Let's see what is happening in UH30. UH30, where are you? Let's happen what is happening in UH30. Yes, this is UH30. And now, are you seeing this? That last week previous analysis, I mentioned that market is coming to bounce back at this key level. And what do you think happened here in 4-hour time frame? Market actually came, touched this key level, bounced back, then broke out, then retest again. Then now here we are. So your market is coming back here to retest it, because today is Monday. This is the opening of the market. Once that happened, it means that this is an endless space again. One more time for UH30 to enter another key level of buying zone. So now it's in between here and here now. So once market leave this level of support level, it means that UH30 is entering another zones of higher high and higher low completely. And if you can see, this was my 2 weeks analysis of inverse head and shoulder, and it played out. So it means that it worked effectively, and here we are. So you don't need to, you have to have the nuance of zooming out of the market, come to daily time frame, weekly time frame to see, because the more you go into the lower time frame, yes, you might make some money, but if you don't know the overall directions of the market, when market is beating you, just be angry, be sad, and regretting. So in order to save your psychology, to save your emotions, zoom out to 4-hour, daily, weekly time frame. Check what market is doing. Once you check what market is doing and you understand the concepts, okay, this market is in consolidation, this market is in buy mode, this market is in sell mode. That one will now gives you, because everything you are doing, you are making decisions, and your decision must be accurate. You must make right decisions at every point in time. Making right decisions do not mean you will win, but making right decision means that you will decrease your failure rate and increase your success rate. And that is why, as a trader, you must be emotionally stable before clicking buy and sell. If you have not subscribed, on your subscribe button, drop your comment below on your perceptions of what you see that is going to happen in the market. Thank you so much for watching to the end. Till I come your way again next time, be safe.